Hi everybody, Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead. Tell you who could possibly understand YouTube's algorithms and how things go the way they go. My shorts haven't been getting very many views, a couple hundred sometimes. The one I posted this morning about little girl, that one's got nearly 2,000 views already. Who knows who understands? Anyway, I was just going to let it go with that. But I know I've got some new subscribers, and I thought, well, maybe I should explain things a little bit more, because you may not have gone back and seen some of the older videos from earlier this year. Little Miss, that's my little brown doe, she had triplets in early March. No, she was late March. And she had them on a cold, damp day on the other side of the creek, while I was out, of course. And this was before my fence was up. Hopefully we won't have those issues anymore. But out of the three, little girl was the only one who survived. And she was doing good, and I knew she didn't look right. I had consulted a vet, sent a picture, and he figured that she would straighten up eventually. Well, she didn't straighten up. And finally, she was maybe about a month old, and I took her into the vet. And he did an x-ray, and at that time he told me that she had a deformity of a rib cage that limited her lung capacity. And I'm losing the light. I don't know why. Sorry, it's showing up so dark. It looked good a minute ago. Anyway, I'm gonna have to change this. This is crazy. There we go. There we go. That's a little bit better. Clouds must be shifting. So anyway, yeah, she only had a 42% capacity at that time. Okay. But she was still active and vibrant, and she loved life. And so the vet gave me the option of having her put down at that time, or bringing her home and just letting nature take its course. I opted to let nature take its course, because, like I said, she loved life. She jumped around and ran around and played with the other kids, and her mother just absolutely doted on her. And I figured, we'll see how she goes. She was doing so well, I thought, she may end up lasting a full year, and, debating on whether or not to sell her as a pet, because I couldn't breed her. Okay, no matter what her instincts would tell her. I couldn't breed her. She'd never survive it. Um, so I just let her be with the goats, and I don't know if you guys are aware, some of the newer subscribers, you may not realize that I free range my goats. Okay, they pretty much make a circuit around the main compound here, the barn, the cabin, whatnot. Okay, um, and they're only out during the day. They're penned up at night, um, and they love life. As a matter of fact, they're up here on the hill behind my cabin right now, just kind of chilling out. They were out this morning while it was cool, and they were browsing. Okay, I got a lot of brush around my property, and they're just being goats. And now they're back, and they'll lay up here on the hillside for a couple hours. And when they have a mind to do so, they'll wander off. They'll either go back up on the hill, or they'll go over across the creek, or they have places they go during certain times, and they just thoroughly enjoy their life. And so that's what I let little girl experience. And she was doing well until this week. She was slowing down a little bit, but this week, with the heat wave and the high humidity, it started to take a toll on her. And I could see she was slowing down. She wasn't keeping up with the herd as much. And I think that if her mother hadn't been persistent on trying to get her to move, that she might have given up sooner. Last night, when I saw her, you could tell she was struggling. Part of me was hoping that when I got up this morning, that she would already be gone. She was still standing last night. This morning, when I saw her, I come out at 7 o'clock in the morning and I feed. Okay? She wasn't standing anymore. She had moved at some point, and she was laying there. Her mother was up. Most of the others were up. She was down with her head down. She was barely answering her mother. I knew she was suffering. I knew she was struggling. And I knew the time was right, that I needed to end her suffering. After all the goats moved on, and they went out, including her mother, and she was the last one to leave, I did what needed to be done. It's not pleasant. It's not easy. I did not enjoy it. But I knew that it was time. Knowing that little girl's condition was terminal, I did a short back soon after the vet visit, entitled Loving Life. And that was about little girl. Other goat farmers might have just chose to put her down as soon as they got the prognosis. Who knows? They might not have even fought as hard as I did to save her when she was born. But I don't know. Everybody runs their place their own way. Phone call coming in. Nothing I need to answer. So anyway, I don't regret letting her live the short life that she had. Like I said, her mother absolutely doted on her. But she knew this morning that she wasn't right. Try as she might to get her up and moving, it wasn't happening. Don't worry about little miss. She'll get over it. That is the thing with animals. They tend to be more accepting of death than we humans. They accept it and they move on. So, I'm not concerned. I mean, I'm sorry that she lost her little girl, but she won't suffer long term. She'll have another kid or two, hopefully not 3 again, come the spring. And hopefully she'll have a little girl that hopefully will stay on the farm. But we'll see. So I just wanted to give this little explanation, purely for the benefit of any new subscribers, so that you understand what was going on with the little girl. There was nothing at all that could be done for her. Just let her live as long as she had on this earth. Okay? So this is Mom H with Honey Hill Homestead. Tomorrow will be a new day. Talk to y'all later.